Welcome to episode 4 of Investigating Beverly Hills. I'm Bridget Fussman.
And I'm Alana Morgan. This week we have an update on the dangers of earthquakes. But first, let's hear from Bridget about the oil well at Beverly Hills High School.
The derrick that towers over BHHS is finally getting dismantled. But the reason of its raise? The city of Beverly Hills states that it is for the long-term well-being and safety of the Beverly Hills High School and surrounding areas. Also, to properly plug all oil wells located at the site. The city will pay up to $8 million, and the start date was around April of 2018. The plugging of the current 19 wells will take about 9 to 12 months, but the city and district are making every effort to ensure successful completion. But this isn't the only oil well in Beverly Hills. There are 3 other active oil fields underneath the city. The field is long and narrow, about 4 miles long by a half mile to mile across. Its long axis is aligned in a generally east-west direction, extending from the vicinity of the intersection of Santa Monica Boulevard and Beverly Glen on the west, east along Pico Boulevard, past La Cienega and Fairfax Avenue to around the intersection of Pico and Howard. Each of the wells are owned by separate companies with an overall production of over 150 million barrels in it. It ranks 39th by size among California's oil fields.
Hello, I'm Fiory, Carey. Today we're interviewing the 3-time broadcast news production team. So how do you do it?
Well, Fiory, thank you for talking with us today. I mean, it's been really exciting. We've been able to be a part of such an important place here. KBEV, again, has locked 3 times at state in California, which is an amazing thing because, I mean, we are here in LA. We had to first win LA County, then got to move up to the state championships, which we won too. And every time we've competed for broadcast news in LA County, we've won first place. And then we also have been locking first place at state in California, which means we get to go to nationals in Kentucky, which is amazing. And we are going to be the only team representing California. And California, again, is the entertainment capital of all of the United States. So being able to represent such an important state and an important topic in this amazing opportunity at Skills USA is just really good.
Hilton and Highlands luxury broker Brandon Williams' Beverly Hills politics has come to an end for now. William was in the process and have been campaigning to repeal the city's basement ordinance, which is a local measure that essentially limits the size of future home developments in the city, which proponents say curbs overdevelopment and preserves the city's hillside. Considering that William was in the process of this, he directed a group. When doing this, you need about 2,000 signatures to put ordinance to the voters in a referendum. However, it isn't clear if this group will continue to work about this project now that they don't have Brandon to work with. However, William has regretted and spoke out about this issue since then and pretty much cleared up any misunderstandings that came into counter with this project. As he said, it was misguided and will harm homeowners and negatively impact property values in the city. William is well known as he sold multiple properties and has a property that he is the broker on, which is a massive 97-acre property whose asking price is $250 million.
Early Friday morning, 6 women were traveling in an SUV when the driver apparently lost control, jumped a curb, hit a palm tree, and then flipped over. 2 female passengers were killed in the crash. The driver was arrested, and authorities say she was drunk and driving with a suspended license. No other vehicles were involved. The crash happened around 1:30 a.m. near Little Santa Monica and Wilshire Boulevard. The 2 passengers who died in the crash were identified by the coroner's office as Janetta Jean Williams, 30 of Palmdale, and Denisha Robinita Stewart, 24 of Lakewood. The other women in the SUV were hospitalized for injuries. An autopsy is still pending on the 2 deceased women. The driver was identified as Tanisha Welch, 30 of Los Angeles. Welch was arrested and booked for gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated, driving under the influence, driving with a suspended license, and driving without a license. She's being held on a $100,000 bail and has a scheduled appearance at the airport courthouse on Tuesday.
On Monday, the 7th of May, the Vice President Mike Pence is expected to be in the Los Angeles area at 5 o'clock, so commuters may experience traffic delays. The reason why Mike Pence will be in the LA area is because he will be attending a roundtable discussion. However, his exact location hasn't been announced. A note to the motorists in the area should get prepared and plan for additional commute time or try to look for an alternate route if possible. after Pence received a briefing on the construction of the border wall from the U.S. Customs and the Border Protection officials. It has been announced that Pence is expected to speak to the Department of Homeland Security and Border Patrol employees in the Imperial. There will also be tickets for the events and fundraisers that come up. However, the prices start at $10,000 per couple, according to the invitation. Other ticket packages were available for $25,000, $50,000, and $100,000 per couple. So make sure you get prepared if you are interested in attending any of these events. Now let's send it to Zach with an update on last week's investigation.
Recently, there was a 5.3 magnitude earthquake that struck off the coast of Southern California and was felt by most in Beverly Hills. This was the largest earthquake to hit the region in a long time. According to the director of the Southern California Earthquake Center at USC, John Vidal, there is a 1 in 20 chance that Thursday's quake will lead to a larger one in the next few weeks. This is a great danger, especially to us in Beverly Hills, as it was discovered not too long ago that there is a fault line that runs under Rodeo Drive, and it is believed to be capable of producing a magnitude 7 earthquake. This prompted a response from the mayor.
Responding to and recovering from a disaster is one of the city's most important missions, and we can help you get ready. Please call 285-1119 for information about the study, or 285-1014 for disaster preparedness information. Thank you.
This fault was discovered during a land survey for the Metro Purple Line Extension project. This fault poses a great risk because most of the buildings in this area are old and not built to withstand the force of an earthquake with that amount of energy beneath them. California law prohibits new development on top of a fault line, so no new buildings can be built in this area. Now let's send it back to the anchors.
That's all we have this week. Next week we will be investigating the big fight in front of the swim gym.
Make sure to watch the sister show, BMZ, where we will go more in depth about everything covered in this episode of Investigating Beverly Hills. I'm Bridget Fussman.
And I'm Alana Morgan. We will see you next week.